Welcome to Chakra Savvy. Formerly Jess on the mountain, I'm Jessica Goulding. I am having a tough time recovering from daylight savings this year. I don't know what the difference is. Just seemed like it took me a whole week of feeling discombobulated to kind of adjust. And of course, sleep schedules were way off. And if that wasn't enough, I got hit with this nasty bout of poison ivy. So I'm up all night scratching and itching. Let's just say sleep has been very challenging lately, which of course got me thinking about sleep, that beautiful, elusive, and necessary thing in all of our lives that can occupy a lot of our time. Whenever I work with clients, sleep always comes up because it impacts everything. Our mood, digestion, energy, even our relationships are all affected by how well we rest. And so many things can knock us out of our rhythm, like travel, illness, unexpected guests showing up, new work projects. The only constant in life, of course, is change. And that's why self-compassion is always that underlying key. When life throws us off, we don't need to panic. We just hop back on that routine train as soon as possible. I'm not saying shaking things up from time to time isn't good for you. It is. But over time, it's regularity that regulates your nervous system. And a regulated nervous system makes it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. When we lack sleep, our thoughts and moods can spiral out, making life seem more challenging or a little darker than it actually is. But when we're in harmony, when life resonates with our innate joy and spirit, everything feels better. Anodea Judith describes this beautifully in Eastern Body, Western Mind. She puts resonance in the fifth chakra. So it's in the fifth chakra chapter that she says this: "It is my belief that sleep puts us back in harmony with our own resonance. When we sleep, our heart rate, breathing, and brain waves all settle into a deep rhythmic entrainment." So entrainment is when our body's rhythms sync up with external forces, like how your breathing and heart rate naturally slow down when we relax. It's a reset, a way to come back to ourselves. Before I share my favorite tools for sleep, I have a little opinion to share, so feel free to disagree. But after years of working with people who track their sleep using devices, I found that these tools often do more harm than good. I'm not talking about sleep studies. I mean the rings, the watches, and the apps that track sleep all the time. They can actually interfere with good rest for a few reasons. One is that they can just create their own anxiety. Studies show that people who fixate on their sleep data often experience worse sleep. To me, it just seems like somebody's watching. Nobody wants to sleep with someone watching, and your watch is watching. They can short circuit your intuition. So instead of tuning into how you feel, you let a device tell you whether or not you should be tired. Third, they aren't always accurate. A 2022 study found that many trackers misinterpret sleep stages, leading to users to make unnecessary adjustments to their routines. So between the anxiety, the loss of intuition, and those not being accurate, I'm all for ditching them. Just let them go. And let's not forget, these devices are screens, and screens bring vata energy, which keeps the mind busy and alert, which is the opposite of what we need at bedtime. So if you're struggling to sleep and wearing a tracker, maybe take a break. Trust your body instead. Now, Ayurveda, which is the science of life, teaches that all of nature, including our bodies, operates in cycles. These cycles are governed by the three doshas, or bioengineeric principles. So there's vata, pitta, and kapha. It's not kapha, kapha, K-A-P-H-A. Just as a little aside, just a little pronunciation aside. Vata is wind and ether. So this is the quality of movement, change. It's more nervous energy. Pitta is the elements of fire and water, and it rules over digestion, drive, mental activity. And then kapha, water and earth, is stability, nourishment, and rest. So which of those energies do you think you're going to find the best sleep during? Right? A kapha time. Because each time of day aligns with a different dosha. So if it's between the hours of 2 and 6, that's vata. So that's a light, active, creative energy. Between 6 and 10 is kapha. That's where it's going to be slow, grounded, and heavy energy. And then 10 to 2 is pitta, where things are sharp, focused, and productive. And it doesn't even matter if it's AM or PM. These are the 3 cycles it goes through. So this can explain why you wake up at certain times. So if you're waking up at 3 a.m., there it is, between 2 and 6 a.m., that is vata. So that waking might come from anxious thoughts. Or if you're waking up at midnight with racing thoughts or your big fat to-do list, that's going to be pitta, because it's during pitta time when your brain is processing and planning. And if it's hard to get up in the morning, that's kapha. It's just harder to move during that time from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. So here's my biggest sleep tip. Wake up before 6 a.m. during vata time. I know it's not always easy, but rather than trying to force yourself to bed earlier, focus on waking up early first. Even if you had a rough night, commit to getting up at the same time every day for a week. Over time, your body will naturally adjust and sleep will come. Think of it as sleep training for grown-ups. Just like babies, we thrive with a consistent routine. Speaking of rhythm and routine, our next New Moon Intentions gathering is on March 29th at 10 a.m. Central Time. This month, we're focusing on chakra 3, the willpower, confidence, and taking action. So if creating a resonant routine sounds like a positive move for you, bring that intention to our community. New moons are the perfect time to plant the seeds you want to see grow. And you can join up at jessgoulding.com/chakra savvy. The New Moon Intentions for the Chakra Savvy community. Now, let's talk about practical tools. You probably already know the basics, like no caffeine late in the day, no screens before bed. But here are some lesser known yoga and Ayurveda based practices that can make a big difference. First, long exhales. A longer exhale signals safety to your nervous system, helping you unwind. So rather than just laying there and letting your mind do its thing, going off and getting busy, focus on the breath. You can count, inhale for 4, exhale for 6, or inhale 4, exhale 8. Whatever you do, spend a few moments or minutes even practicing a longer exhale than inhale. Then you might start to notice that you're ready to yawn and salivate. And you'll also be in a state of rest, which is better than restlessness. So long exhales is my first one. Second, gentle evening stretches. So you can try legs up the wall. I mean, if you're on your back and your legs are going straight up a wall, that's considered a forward fold because you're 90 degrees. And forward folds are what we want at the end of the day, unless they're agitating. So as always, mileage may vary. Check with your own inner guru there to see if it makes sense for you to do forward folds. But for many of us, the forward fold action is what's cooling. So you can put legs up the wall, or you can do a wide leg forward fold, which is actually my personal favorite, with legs extended out. And then bow forward, placing your forehead on the edge of a chair or stacked on a couple blocks, and just be there for a long time. Gentle evening stretch. Or also Paschimottanasana, which is just forward fold, legs extended in front of you. Because it's the end of the day, it might be nice to put a bolster, something behind your knees to keep the knees soft and bent, and just relax with slow breathing over your legs that are extended in front of you. It can help you shift into relaxation mode. Oh, I will tell you this, for evening stretches, I have a course for this. It's called AM, PM, and it is 8 20-minute practices, 4 to wake you up and 4 to help you go to sleep. That's at jessgoulding.com/store. It's where you can buy different online courses that I offer, but that one has 4 different practices for falling asleep at night and includes some of those stretches. Okay, number 3, Ayurvedic foot massage. This is one of my favorites, and I have Every time I teach this, whether that's to a teacher training group or a group of yoga therapists or one-on-one, people come back like, wow, I haven't slept so well. So this one I really, really, really stand behind. Ayurvedic foot massage, just a warm oil massage on your feet because it calms vata. It calms vata energy and promotes deep rest. So I would suggest a sesame oil. Just rub it in nice and smooth. And there's actually a really um, helpful way to do this. There's a video on Banyan Botanicals website that I really like, and I link to in every training that I do. So I'll put that in the show notes. But Ayurvedic foot massage can really help you fall asleep. So for Vata, it's usually sesame oil, but if your feet tend to get hot and sweaty, then you would want to do coconut oil. Okay, so you just find the oil that's right for you and a gentle foot massage. Now, it's not a foot massage while you're watching TV. Okay. Okay, so just focus on this foot massage. If you do nothing else, that might be enough. That little routine addition. Okay, number 4, a worry journal. So if I have clients who have trouble falling asleep, or maybe they're the ones who go to bed, but then they wake up around midnight, well, that's a pitta alert, and pittas love their lists and they think about what's to do. So you do have to do a quick brain dump before bed. That's what goes in your worry journal, or call it just a brain dump journal. Write down your thoughts, then close the journal and let them go. They will be there for you in the morning. I just rest assured. I even have one by my bed so that if I wake up at any point, I can write it down. So just get it out of your head and into something else that can help those earlier waker uppers. Okay, number 5. This one's a little different. This is almonds before bed. So if you wake up due to a blood sugar drop, a small handful of almonds can help stabilize your energy levels overnight. Now, why would we have a blood sugar drop? Well, that's if there's a blood sugar spike before bed. So if you had alcohol or rich desserts before bed, that's going to put your blood sugar at a certain level. And when it crashes, it can wake you up. But almonds have this steadiness to helping the blood sugar. And it can be just very helpful. Just, 8 or 10 almonds, see if it helps. If what's waking you up is a blood sugar drop, have some almonds. And number 6, Shavasana and breath mantra. So if you can't sleep, don't stress. Just do Shavasana. Lie still, focus on your breath, and on every exhale, silently say, sleep, sleep. This is one my mom actually taught me, and I love it because you eventually kind of get bored and you fall asleep. This simple mantra can help guide your body into deep rest. So do Shavasana and think sleep as you exhale. Finally, spiritual practice before bed. So keep your heart and mind focused on the divine, even something as you know the prayer, now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. So if you're lying there with nothing else to do, you might as well pray. You might as well connect to your higher power. You might as well get in the spirit of Shavasana, which is to put your mind on the divine. And the idea is that as you practice putting your mind on the divine, when you're practicing corpse pose, when your time comes, that is where you'll go. So that little nighttime children's rhyme was really onto something there. So it can be as simple as that. Maybe you have a different prayer you like to pray. I've been doing the rosary since I was in 2nd grade. So these kind of repetitive things can get you into the mindset of sleep, especially if you do them every night with regularity. It's almost like there's a Pavlovian response, like, oh, here comes this repetitive mantra, and it's going to put you to sleep. It takes a little time. These things always have to accumulate. So give them time, give them a chance. But I figure if I'm having trouble sleeping at night, I'm just going to pray. Give it, because I might not stop during the day for prayer and reverence. So that's something you might consider. One thing I'd say overall is to don't worry about sleep. I know it's easier said than done, but if you wake in the night and you're having trouble going back to sleep, just rest. Just rest there with your eyes closed, breathing deeply. Your body is repairing itself. You are getting some of what you need. You might not be getting the deep, deep sleep, but sometimes that's just not in the cards. Who knows? There could be a full moon. It could be anything going on out there. So just rest and let your body do its thing. The mind isn't super great at helping the body sleep, so focus on your body, on your breathing, on the feeling of the bed beneath you. So which sleep tool speaks to you? I encourage you to do the one that seems easiest or kind of makes you light up when I talk about it. So what's calling to you? Waking earlier, right? Does that seem easiest to just get up during Vata time and see how it goes? Or long exhales, some evening stretches, Ayurvedic foot massage, your brain dump or worry journal, a few almonds right before bed, or just rest in Shavasana. Let it be a practice. Let me know what you do. You've got your homework assignment. Thinking about sleep. We are in a change of seasons if you're listening to this in real time, right? Spring is Vata. So there's already Vata in the air because things are changing. So if you are having trouble sleeping, there's good reason. So give yourself some loving compassion, give yourself a break, and choose one of these for fun. Maybe bedtime can look forward. You can look forward to bedtime this way. I also encourage you to check out AM/PM. It's one of my most popular courses, and it's only $25. It includes 8 20-minute practices to wake you up or settle you down. AM classes are designed to get you moving into your day, feeling grounded and energized with positive vibes. And PM classes help you fall asleep easier and stay asleep once you're down. That's at jessgoulding.com/store. So, my friends, may you find rest. May you come into deep resonance. And may you get a very, very good night's sleep. Much love.